Boo! Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, I clicked the wrong button. But that's okay. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be playing Maliss format. But before we do that, we have things to talk about. First and foremost, survey regarding the events. Hip hip hooray, we all love surveys. Yay. I participated in both. They were... too short. Were you satisfied with the rewards that were balanced in the two events? I don't care. Were you satisfied with... No, I don't give a shit, dude. Did I enjoy dueling? No. They weren't fun. Who makes a Fusion Link event? Why would they do that? Did you participate? Did your participation in the Fusion Link Festival provide you with an opportunity to experience a variety of cards? Fucking no. It didn't. Why would it have? Brother, you put Link in there. Don't put Link in there. Don't do Link. Link doesn't do... Link is everything. Everything does Link. Don't do Link. Don't ever do Link. Sorry. As much as I love Link summoning, genuinely, Link summoning as a festival mechanic, actually any extra deck mechanic, except for maybe Fusion, is terrible. I don't think there's a good Synchro event, Xyz event, or Link event that we've ever had. I'll take Pendulum after this. Give me fucking Ritual. Where's the no extra deck? Like, I'll take that at this point. Just give me something other than stupid this summoning mechanic and this summoning mechanic. I just something, please. How were the event duels with loner decks? They weren't fun. Stop doing lame extra deck mechanic focused festivals. They are quote lame unquote. I hate it here. Would you say that you were satisfied or dissatisfied with the overall experience? Very dissatisfied. Gosh, it was terrible. Did I enjoy dueling in the Under 5 event? No. They were not fun. Next time, comma, ban the XYZs. This was just another XYZ event, comma, which we already have had too many of. Lame is gonna be filtered through the Konami system? True. The X-Zero I actually found fun because they were somehow creative enough to let me get away with Weather Painter and Vanquish Soul. Here's the thing. X-Zero, as much as I do not like the X-Zero event, at the very least, it was unique, and it was something fun. Because, like, just by the very nature of the way that X-Zero works, it was like, yeah, that at least was interesting. Because, at the very least, we had to be creative with deck building, which I think is the most important thing when it comes to these style of events. When it comes to the festivals in Master Duel. Like, number one priority is allow me to be creative with deck building. Which is why I hate when they just, like, ban a whole bunch of crap that just, like, doesn't do anything. It's like, please let me play my terrible, no good, very bad Exodia deck. Why am I not allowed to play a terrible, no good, very bad Exodia deck? Why have you done this to me, Konami? I just want to play a bad FTK deck that won't work 90% of the time, but that 10% that it does work, it's gonna be sick. Do you know what I mean? That's like my number one gripe. Like, I ain't doing that shit in ranked because I'm gonna get slaughtered just the same. But in an event, that's gonna be more interesting. At the very least. So I don't know. It's so frustrating. That's like the perfect time to give the players the most amount of agency. And they're like, what if we did the opposite? And it's like, no! Or they have to be more restrictive. Either make it so that you can play a whole bunch of stuff and make it really wide and like, cool, here's a fun, unique challenge. Or make it really restrictive. I think under 5 should have either been under 6 without exes, or make it under 4 also without exes. I just think they should have removed XYZs from the equation, and I think that would have been significantly cooler. To be fair, that's one of the things that makes the NR festival so sick, is that like you have to be so creative because you don't have just like a guy to sit on. You don't have like a standard guy or thing you can end on, right? It's like, all right, what's your finisher? Pit night early? Awesome. All right, what's your finisher? A guy that's like kind of difficult to out? Sick. Anyway, did your participation provide you with the opportunity to experience a variety of cards? No. They weren't fun. Was your experience dissatisfied? Moving on. Congratulations. I don't even get shit for that. I don't even get anything for that. I just hated it. I just wanted you to know, Konami, that I hated it. That it was bad. And I didn't enjoy it. Under 5, but all non-levels are banned? That's what I'm saying. Under 5, without exes, and links, obviously, would have been great. But they were like, nah, here's exes. And it's like, oh, no, you ruined it. It's just another exe event. It's like why I was so dedicated to not playing an exe deck. Because, like, Zodiac wouldn't have been terrible, right? Like, you know, Goblins would have been pretty good. Rank 3 Slop would have been strong. Like, there's a bunch of things that you could have done with the under 5 event. But it's just like, dude, I'm so sick of exe deck or exe events. It's so boring. Especially now that every exe deck does the exact same thing, and there's like very little nuance. It's like, what if we all made Utopic, or not Utopic, XYZ armor, and like yoink your guy on top of making Goblin Biker Gabonga, and yoink your guy, and it's like, yeah. Or Utopic and yoink your guy. It's all, they all just yoink your guys. That's all that happened. They're like, you did a thing! It's mine now. Anyway, beside the point. Let's talk about new cards, PogChamp new cards, and more specifically, Yummy and Draco Tail both got new cards, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Because Yummy is already, like, one of, if not the best deck currently in the OCG. Okay, it's not the best deck, but it's up there. It's very, very competitive, and it's insane that it's getting more support. And Draco Tail is, like, the third best deck. So, that's something. Branded will receive new support. I sure hope not. I sure hope Branded gets nothing forever. I'm so unbelievably sick of that deck. Don't give Branded new cards. You can expand the lore of Branded. I think that's fine. If you were to expand the lore of Branded, that'd be fine. Just don't make it part of Branded. Make it like Tri-Brigade, where it's like, yeah, like Tri-Brigade Mercurier exists for Branded, except for don't give them Mercurier. Just give them just their own thing. Give them like Sprite cards. Or Therions, where it's like, yeah, these are Branded cards. It's like, yeah, they're part of the lore. That's what they need. It'll be Power Creep. Don't care. They don't need any more cards. I don't want any more of those cards. No. Anybody call Gabonga and Mr. Steel your witch? And it caught me off guard. I regret to inform you I left. I mean, it's not wrong. Anyway, Yummy! Marshmallow Yummy, which is a level 1 light beast effect monster with 800, 600. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Each. Okay. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are light beasts, you can special summon this card from your hand. Nasty. If this card is normally special summon, you can add a Yummy spell trap from your deck to your hand, or if you special summon via a synchro monster, you can place a field spell or continuous spell from your deck or banishment face up on the field instead. Or banish. Draco Tail is branded done right. Here's the thing. Branded, when it was branded Despia, was branded done right. When you just had the structure deck and it was like Mirror Jade Turbo with like some decently solid disruption, but mostly it was like a difficult deck to deal with, and it was hard to deal with the follow-up as well, but it was still easy to beat. Maybe not easy to beat, but like was fairly beatable regardless of what they drew. That was nice. And then you added in the Bestials, and you added in Albion, and you added in the Quick Play spell, and you added in Mercurier, and you added in Quem, and Ecclesia, and Granganol, and you're just like, okay, dude, like, I'm so sick and tired of this deck. It's just become, it's just become bloated. I'm fine with, like, having little synergies and stuff like that, but eventually an archetype just needs to not have 10 bajillion cards. It's the same problem I have with, like, Hero. It's like, yeah, here's Hero, and there's 30,000 cards, half of which are terrible. But also there's, like, half of the cards that you genuinely consider playing because they're good enough, and, like, they do a specific thing that allows you to, like, either win, or win more, or do your combo more consistently, or they're an extender, or something like that. And it's just like, alright, bud. Alright, bud. Anyway, yeah, first of all, Marshmallow, adorable, obviously. Yummy's a great archetype. I'm super excited for Yummy. That being said, pretty solid effect, being able to add a Yummy spell trap from grave to your hand, or to be able to place a Yummy field spell and or continuous spell from deck or banishment face up. That's pretty good. Being able to, like, cycle a continuous spell, or not a continuous spell, a field spell is, like, very solid. It got their own Poplar. Have you read the Yummy? All of their cards are Poplar. They're more like Sprite cards. They're all Poplars. Like, okay, technically speaking, they're not, right? They're more like Sprite cards, but, like, this is not an abnormal effect. It's just a guy. Anyway, Yum Yum Yummies! 10 out of 10 name. It's a continuous spell card that says you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Each time 2 or more Yummy monsters are special summoned to your field at the same time, you gain 500, and if you do, your opponent pays 500. Oh, they pay 500. They don't lose 500. Is that just a translation error? Or is that... Does that mean something? Is this one of those things where it's like... No, I don't think that matters. You want me to just Sprite Synchro? Yeah. Anyway, you can pay 500 life points, then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including Snatchy. Send both... Okay, which one is Yummy? Snatchy. Yummy. This one. The Link monster. Okay. Sorry. Pay 500. Target 2 face-up monsters, including Snatchy. Send both to the grave, and if you do, special summon a Synchro monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro summon. Oh. Okay. So now we have Monarchs Erupt. Not Erupt. Stormforth. That's... yeah, no, that's something. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can pay 100 life points to immediately link summon a yummy monster. Huh. Crazy in the mirror? No, this is just crazy in general. You pay 500. Oh, I see what you mean. It's crazy because if your opponent has Snatchy on their side of the field, you can just link it off. Problem is it's not a quick effect, so that's terrible because most of the time you're not ending on Snatchy. You sometimes do, to be fair, but like most of the time you're trying to end on the synchro monsters that like reborn Snatchy. So like that, yeah, this isn't as good for that. But also you could just, you know, send 2 guys to the grave. Stand off your mirror. Super heavy samurai battle ball, but good. Yeah. I don't know how much this actually does for the deck. It's not terrible. Like, it adds additional removal to Yummy, which is nice. But, like, it doesn't really help with their turn 1 plays nearly as much. It's more of, like, a turn 2 and 3 style card. Where it's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna use this to link off your guys. Oh, excuse me. Not link off, synchro off. New Dominus card? Yeah, I think we've seen it. Have we not? Have we not looked at the Dominus card? It's okay. I don't think we did, actually. If your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or grave, this turn you can activate this card from your hand. Target 1 monster your opponent controls. Return it to the hand or extra deck. Then, if you have no traps in your grave, your opponent can special summon a monster from their grave. If you activated this card in your hand, you cannot activate the effects of light and dark monsters for the rest of this duel. Yeah, this card is fine. It's not very good, though. The problem is that, like, let's say they, like, normal summon a guy, and you go, cool, I'm gonna, like, bounce it back. They still get the effect. Like, it's okay. Especially because you would have to bounce back, like, the first monster, because otherwise they're just gonna get a guy from their grave. Or you would have to use it in addition to other Dominus cards, which is, or, like, Imperm or something like that, like some other hand trap, which is not great. Compulse from Temu. It's more just hand trap compulse, but yeah. It's not great. I don't think this card's really worth talking about. Moving on. We have Draco Tail support, which is pretty interesting. We have Draco Tail. It's, again, 2 new cards, which is kind of interesting. We have Draco Tail. Frixel? Frixley? I don't know. That one. Which is a level 2 light. Level 2! Light spellcaster effect a monster with 800, 1500. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target a Draco Tail monster in your grave, except itself, special summon it, then return 1 monster you control to the hand. It's just big welcome. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can set 1 Draco Tail spell trap from your deck. This is fine. What does this accomplish? It accomplishes follow-up. That's mostly it. It's basically Oak in Draco Tail. What does this do for Draco Tail? Oh, I just remembered what I actually wanted to do today. I don't think we're playing Master Duel, I'm not gonna lie. Prixel? It's not... Well... No, it's not that. I'm not saying Prixel. I'll say Frixel, because this should be an F sound. Now, is it an F sound? No, probably not. Should it be? Yeah. Because that's what PH makes. It's a f sound. Anyway. Not gonna enable Draco Tail Sprite, sadly. Tragically. Anyway, Draco Tail Sting is a normal trap card that says you can only activate this card's name once per turn. You can target one monster and or spell trap in your opponent's grave, banish them. Sorry, target a monster and a spell or a spell trap in your opponent's grave. And or. No, I did read that right. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Banish them, then you can place a Draco Tail card from grave or banishment to the bottom of the deck to draw a card. This card sucks balls. What the fuck is this? What the fuck are either of these cards for? These cards suck. You probably play Frixel. I guess you would probably, maybe you would play Sting because it's like a free set and then it gives you interaction, but only kinda. I guess, like, because then you could draw a card, and then you could, like, these are okay. I don't think this changes much. This card is literally an advertisement for the past 9 months of card design. It counters Lab Trust. Sprite Hybrid Enjoyers already got plenty with that Tri-Brigade support. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's look at the Tri-Brigade support some more. It's not... I don't know, it's not... In theory, it's not terrible. But it really doesn't seem great. Like, neither of these really accomplish anything that the deck already wasn't doing. So, like, yeah, now you have more follow-up, more extension. If you get, like, stopped, except for the fact that you don't, I'm lying to you. And, like, being able to, like, banish some cards from grave is never terrible, but it's also not really worth playing, like, a trap card that can't be activated on the opponent's turn in order to specifically interact with the grave so that you can, like, set it on the first turn. I don't know. I feel like most of this is, like, these seem very placebo. This one will probably be played most likely at 1, mostly due to the fact that, like, its normal summon effect is fairly decent. So you can use it as follow-up, like, you search it off of your, or, like, as you go through your combo, you search it or, like, send it to grave or something like that to reborn it later. But for the most part, like, yeah, I don't know. At least make it continuous? True. If this were continuous, it would be better. You're right. If it was continuous, definitely better. More recycling, you'll never run out of cards. But yeah, except for it's only kind of recycling because it specifically only gets monsters and it only bounces to hand. So it doesn't actually put the materials back for you to use later. It only ever puts them back into hand, which is not necessarily something that Draco Tail needed. Yeah, I don't know. Decent extended recovery and a med trap. Not bad, but doesn't change much. Yep, that's pretty much it. The trap in theory is good, but it also isn't, because you'd still have to be able to set it on the first turn, which means it's going to be side decked out or just, like, dropped entirely if you're playing, like, a best of one, because what's the point of playing Draco Tail Sting when you can play, I don't know, like, Imperm? It's a convoluted way to make Raoh a +2. There's now more ways to Fermenta to make more fusions for turn 1. Yes. That is true. Frixel is not a terrible card. As I said, it's likely going to be mostly like an extender, probably a one of, maybe more, but I really don't see this being like a big inclusion in the deck. Again, probably a one of, maybe more. I could genuinely see this not ever being played. Just because, I don't know, maybe you would like side deck it similar to the Mitsurugi trap, where it's like, oh, if I go first, like I'll just side deck this in against like specific matchups and be able to play the game, but probably not. Hold on. Sorry about that. Where were we? We have the Challenger Cup that just happened for Master Duel. Best of 3 with 2 submitted decks. Using the Master Duel ban list, 103 players. Who's on, Vohit? Volt? Probably. It's probably said Volt, right? Dracotail's greatest strength is redundancy, and Frixel being a mini Altherion is more ways to create illusion of choice moments. Yes. However, again, it doesn't really change anything. As I said, it's kind of just like the same thing. It's like an extender. It's like a one-up. It kind of changes things, but it really isn't gonna help Dracotail all of a sudden like start beating Yummy more consistently, or start beating like K9 VS. It's nice like quality of life. But that's kind of all it is. Again, similar to the new Tri-Brigade stuff. Where it's like, yeah, it's quality of life stuff, but it's not changing any of like the way the deck plays. Or what it ultimately can accomplish. Surely they'll give us K9 as well. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Anyway, yeah, this is the Master Duel Challenger Cup. We can see here anti-malice.turbo and then Blue Eyes. And then we have anti-malice.turbo. I guess this guy just really likes Fiendsmith or something. And Blue Eyes, I guess. We just don't have the other deck. Okay. This game's really good. Yeah, what a great Challenger Cup. Truly exceptional. Anyway, let's do meme review. Most of them are drill beaming the Maliss trap. Yeah. Bro revealed a dark monster in hand. Chain Lancia. Pot of Greed. So anyway, I activate a lure. Chain Lancia, Pot of Greed. Yeah. Okay. That is true. Anyway, low effort meme. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Ashana Nahata. Okay. Shout out to hand traps that are actually traps. Gotta be one of my favorite design choices. No, I fucking hate Imperm. I think there is like no downside to Imperm's existence. I think it's just pure upside, and I don't like that. Like, Purge and Impulse actually feel like traps. Imperm... not so much. It's not bad, though. So funny that Allure only requires you to prove the dark, not require the banish. That is true. That is very funny. I can see somebody's thinking it forced the discard from hand since you don't banish. Tragically, that is not the case. I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play. I just wanted to learn the meta. You should learn how to play the meta Best way to learn is practice. My opponent when I play one meta card. Cool. We need more copy of Lancia. There you go. There's the meme. You could probably destroy the field. POV the field after summoning a level 4 monster with an animation. Cool. So Tyr got Kikalos, but I can't get Elf. Under 5-star festival. Looks inside. 5-star monsters. But are they wrong? Wow, crazy. When Konami no longer wants Time Wizard to be official, it's so go-over. Yeah, I guess it'd be go-over. Pick taken seconds before disaster. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh, Maliss player, haha, Maliss player, click button. Comedy. Even the stats are the same. Hey guys, Cashier Fenris, not what I'm called. Stay strong, branded bros. No, fucking die. Check out the awesome anti-Maliss cards that I put in my Snake Eye Fiendsmith deck. Maliss. Fucking loser. You deserve it. I had this idea for a while, so I drew it. Foolish, Maliss, Piss, Dormouse. I laced yo shit. Eating garbage with no cost. Game changer. What? Clearly a rookie's card? You may eat garbage for free during your turn. If your opponent blinks, you win, and he loses. What? What the fuck is this? What is this? What does this mean? Okay. How do you respond without being mad? This is the real Exodia. It's an edit of a different meme? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no, really. Oh. There are worse decks to lose to, but you are without a doubt the worst deck I've ever lost to. But you have lost me. That is, yeah, Ghost Trick. I think it's time to find a new hobby. Crystron players after getting power crept by Maliss. My out by round 3 NAWCQ Crystron deck profile. Worst format ever, lol. I've learned that this is not a special title. Duelist Cup Top 10,000. Yeah. Did you actually care about the title? Oh, it's fucking Nev Guide. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Dot Scalper. Bro said my alt arts. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. A tale as old as time? Brother, the fuck are you talking about? When has this happened to you? It's fine. So that's why scalpers are annoying to get rid of? Yes. These were... Yeah, whatever. He sucked. This one was like, okay. This one kind of made me chuckle because it's just so dumb. Every time I see these faces, I do get a little chuckle. It gets a little chuckle out of me. It's just the faces. Don't care what's written in the text or shown or what have you. It's just faces. They're so well done. Such a phenomenal meme format. That being said, everything else just made me sad. These weren't funny. I'm just disappointed. Like, at least this one, well, this one had effort. Too bad it also kind of sucked. Yeah, we're done with that. We're done with that. That was not exactly a great experience. So you all thought we were going to play Master Duel. I lied to you. I tricked you. I bamboozled you. What we're actually going to do is something significantly better. And that is, if I could find it. Do I not have it? Hold on. I gotta find it. How do I... Hold. There we go. We're gonna play Omega. Do you want to know why? Tier list vid, Pog. Tier list? No. What tier list would we be doing? No. There is new Tri-Brigade support, which means new Tri-Brigade deck building stream, PogChamp, new deck building stream, PogChamp. Because we gotta try out the new we gotta try out the new Tri-Brigade cards. I have had ideas. I was gonna do this on Sunday, on my day off. And there was, are they not in? They are in the game. They just don't have artworks. That's okay. I was gonna, boo? Who the fuck said boo? That's a ban-worthy offense right there. Sit on timeout. Think about what you did. Anyway, what was I saying? So I've been thinking a bunch about Tri-Brigade, and I was like, I could have done this on Sunday and like tested it and all of that stuff. But I was like, genuinely speaking, I should do this on stream because I think it would be an interesting idea. And the thing is, the problem is that I saw Lithium's video, because Lithium always does the same thing and puts out videos like that, and they're always like the exact same deck. That sounds like really silly, but it is true. And you'll see what I mean in a second.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back.
So I'm gonna pull up two very different Lithium videos from the two newest archetypes. Here we have Tri-Brigade, PogChamp Tri-Brigade, and we can see Tri-Brigade and K9. And we go, okay, yeah, makes sense. And he plays it like this big ass combo deck who's gonna do like 10 bajillion things and yada yada combo deck. Brother's playing triple Revolt, which is just a crime, and I don't believe I'm okay with that. But then of course we also have to include Rose Dragon. Rose Dragon's like a really good deck as well, or like a new deck, got new support, right? It has some pretty cool new cards, and also K9. It's just another YouTube combo deck. I love you, Lithium, but dude, like, play a mid-range deck for the life of all that is holy. For the love of all that is holy. He says, what's the best board I can make? And then always goes for that. Brother's playing fucking Crimson Dragon in this list. Why the hell would you play Crimson Dragon? What told you Crimson Dragon was a good idea in this? What the fuck? That's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway. Yeah, so I saw this and was like, yeah, I mean, we could play K9. Like, technically speaking, that is an option. And I was like, or we could do literally anything else. So we're gonna do literally anything else. I love Lithium. He's phenomenal in terms of content creation. But it doesn't He always does the same thing. Don't tell Lithium to play mid-range. It'll just be Monarch stun. Yep, that's his mid-range. It's either balls to the walls combo or Monarch stun. Anyway, we're gonna play some or at least like test some Tri Brigade. I don't know how much we're gonna play it. But we do gotta try the new Mauser card, which is like okay. I really don't love this. Oh, sorry, this is. No, yeah, I grabbed the Link monster. For some reason, it went to Tri Brigade Trigger, which is a Dual Link skill. I didn't even know Dual Links had a Tri Brigade skill. What the fuck? Since when? At the beginning of the duel, banish 4 different Tri Brigade Link monsters from outside of your deck. These cards can be special summoned. During this duel, you cannot normally special summon monsters except for Fallen or Albaz, Light Spellcaster, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. Why is Albaz in here? Brother, why is Duel Links like this? Josh likes the new cards, but Josh is always optimistic. And also, pretty often wrong. It's really bad for Duel Links. You're probably right. I probably did. Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Community based was a shit format. Let it go. You play actual Rose Dragon or Plant Synchro. Thank you. Anyway, I think Hammer is a 3 of. I'm gonna say this right now. Hammer is absolutely a 3 of. I do not see a reason why you would ever play 3 Revolt over 3 Hammer. If you're gonna play multiple Revolt, that's fine. But you probably just play 1 and you play the 3 search cards for it. Why would you not? That's all. I don't know what Lithium was on when he was like, let's play 3 Revolt and the 1 card that searches said card. It's like, what are you talking about? I also do think that Roar is kind of an inclusion here. Due to the fact that now we actually have a spell that you could send that is worth playing and isn't just like a bad card. So now Roar actually becomes either attack modulation that also gets you extension, or more specifically, a monster negate, which is also pretty decent. We could also potentially play a traps to like return monsters to the hand, which is again not terrible. And it would give us the ability to play like Oath, and we could like bounce a card, and then with Oath, we kind of go off from there. So it's not like terrible, but I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of Oath. I think Oath overall is a pretty mediocre card, but I don't think it's terrible, especially with the fact that we now more consistently have the ability to send it to the graveyard, and then potentially set up for additional things. So there's that. That being said, we'd still have to end on, like, Shureg, Rugal, and, like, a random-ass beast that does something, but, like, I don't know what beast we'd necessarily be playing. Is there a card for Tri Brigade that shuffles banished monsters? Talking about the recovery? No, you don't shuffle banished monsters, but you can reborn them off of, Revolt. And having banished monsters allows Shureg to search cards. So, like, if Shureg is sent to the graveyard, you get to search cards via however many are banished. So, no, there's not a way to, like, explicitly put them back into the deck or, like, extra deck or something like that. Which is generally why we like playing multiple copies of Shureg, if not 3 copies, because it's pretty important to play a lot of that. That being said, I'm wondering if we also play Standoff here. And the reason for this is because it allows Hammer to grab a monster, which is very important. Because this says, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monsters. Okay. You can send 1 monster from your hand or field to the grave in order to add a Tri Brigade monster from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good, because it can also send from field, which is something of note. Right? And then, with a different original type than the monster sent to the grave. Right? You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card in the spell and trap card zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect. Your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. That doesn't really matter, but it's mostly used for the fact that, like, if we were to go Hammer, we could, like, send a guy from field in order to then grab a guy, which is like not great, but like it might be worth it. It might be more worth it to play Airborne Assault, which is the Reborn. Special summon a Beast Warrior, Winged Beast Monster from deck in defense position with a different type. Oh no, is it Rendezvous? Taking in of a linked Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. I guess no, it's not this one. You know, I thought this was a Reborn. I'm lying to you. I don't know. It might still be worth it though, because you like tag out different original type and less attack than or equal to that monster, but its effects are negated until the end of its turn. Also, can also summon from the extra decks for link monsters. That one's like okay. I really don't. I think it's probably just these. I think you play the one Roar, the one Revolt, and the one Oath. Right? Do we play 3 kit? Maybe. Maybe we play 3 kit. I don't know if we play additional Mauser. I think it's just a 1-up, right? Yeah, the most that you would do is like send Oath there. Now, the problem is we have to set up Oath in some capacity. We definitely play Rugal. I think we definitely play the Bear Brum. We don't have access to Apo. Apo is banned in the TCG, so we wouldn't be able to do that, and it's banned in the OCG, and it's likely to be banned in Master Duel by the time these cards come out. So there's that. We could do Smorph. Smorph kind of doesn't do anything, though, except for... yeah, it doesn't really do anything. So there's no real point in that. We could play... obviously, we could play it with, like, Sprite, which is... okay, I guess. But it's also not great. Because, like, what the fuck is Mauser gonna do in Sprite? Stuff, don't think about it. We could play... we could play the Canine cards. We could play Lyralisk, which is, like, also okay. The problem is we don't need a Winged Beast. It's, like, fairly simple to get a Winged Beast onto the field due to the fact that your whole game plan is to summon, like, Shureg. What's a better option, then? I'm gonna go for the... what's, like, a good... Dragon Lords is a Beast Warrior, right? So we need a Beast? Is there a good Beast? Maybe. I'll throw in Showdown for now. Rescue. Rescue Cat. Obviously. With that Zodiac, Canine is probably the best bet. I'm not playing Canine. I genuinely don't think that Canine is the best bet. And that may sound strange, but that's because I don't want to play Canine. I mean, we could play Zodiac. Zodiac's, like, not terrible. They can't use any of the Dominus cards? No. No. Tri-Brigade is all sorts of attributes. It gets absolutely hosed by, like, every floodgate under the sun. It's great. It's very solid. That's funny that the Canine card is literally the first one because of quotation A. Canine is basically the new Gamma. Yeah, true. It's more like Fiendsmith, though. Not in the role that it feels, as much as it is, like, the splashable engine that any deck could play. Like, yes, we could play Canine. But I also want to see how good the deck is, specifically without Canine. We do, like, Fire King. Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. Kieran's a Beast. I was like, okay. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. Fu and Meowls have complementary types. You're right, we could main deck. Well, yes, Fu was absolutely a main deck because it's a winged beast. I don't know if you would main deck Meowls. It's like not terrible, but I don't love it. Nib. Play multiple Nib? Do we play 3 Nib? I don't know. I mean, we could do K9. Is there... I'm trying to think of a beast. Yeah. Is there a beast link monster? That's the question. Beast. Link. Yeah, there's not a ton is the problem. Is there a feasible way of using Volgo? Probably not, right? I guess to be fair, you could go like, if you kept a Karos or a Kit on the field, you could go Shureg and Rugal, and then like Rugal bring back to go for Oath. The problem with that is it requires a lot of setup and is bad. I mean, of course, the K9 cards are obviously like the correct play, but maybe not the correct play, but are the easiest, right? Right. Because I believe... Oh, am I wrong? Oh, never mind. Oh, I thought these were beasts. I thought one of these was a beast. I thought the whole idea of this was, hey, they're going to give me easy access to a beast. Wrong. Oh. Boo. Do I really play K9? I really don't. I really don't think it's worth it. Because, like, this guy's a beast, and these are beast warriors. Or, sorry, this is a beast warrior. But the rest don't really have any synergy other than, like, oh, they stop hand traps. They're too domesticated. True. Cringe. Cringe. In which case, I think it's just like hand traps. Do we play Perulia? Perulia. Yeah. You just main deck like a shit ton of Charmies. And then we can't play any of the Dominuses. We play Imper. Well, I mean, no, because that guy's a dark. Can't play Apo. I mean, we could play. Oh, Samorphis Band. Yeah, Samorphis Band. Quinge. Ghost Spell is good in TCG. I mean, kinda. What would be a better option? Like Droll? As much as I hate to say it, Droll, probably. Nib, Imperm. And then it's probably just like triple. Triple Tack? Triple Tack also kind of sucks though. Cause like, what the hell am I getting off of Triple Tack? I'm gonna cut standoff. I don't think standoff makes any sense. What other hand traps? Oh, Tenki. Thank you. Um... What else? Called by, I guess. Like that? That honestly doesn't look terrible, to be fair. Like, Droplet gives us use for turn 1 Mulcharmies. Nib doesn't really affect us as much due to the fact that, like, a Shureg going to the grave is advantageous. So, like, even if we go first, it's not bad. I don't know how I don't know if I like 3 Tenki. But, like, what else would we play? Now, the question is, what the fuck is our payoff? What are we accomplishing with this deck? That's the real question. Other than just, like, triple Shureg. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. Blink Monsters. Go. Oh, I need Almirage. Almirage's not terrible. It's also not great. Is it second Ferjit? Yeah, probably. Doom Eagle's kind of not terrible. Being able to shuffle back a guy from grave is not bad. You're kind of mid, but not exceptionally bad. Not exceptionally bad. You know. We IRL Shureg effect and shoot the opponent. That's the win con. I mean, to be fair, our win con is, like, hand trap them. And then activate, like, Roar, Revolt, with, like, a DDL. It's like, nah. That's pretty bad, to be fair. Do we have another? I mean, we could theoretically summon Bucephalus. Like, that is technically a realistic possibility for us. Because we could summon him via the hammer and then, like, attack with him and banish the entire opponent's field. Am I ever going to realistically do that? No, but we could. We don't have a generic Link 1 Beast, do we? No. However, we can play the Bobblehead because, or the Funko Pop, because we can just banish to make him. So, like, it's really helpful if you have, like, Fractal and a guy. Because they go Fractal, and then they Ash the Fractal, and then you normal summon the guy, and you banish the Fractal, and you go Lightheart, and then that's 2 Beast Warrior Wing Beasts. And then you go Ferrijit, and then, like, Kid Effect or Nerval Effect. And then you go and special summon off of Ferrijit, and then you have, like, a bunch of guys. And by a bunch of guys, I mean exactly 2, which is enough. We really don't have a beast is the problem. Like, a beast would be really cool, but we don't have one. I mean, we could make Cross Sheep. Bollocks. Because, yeah, this is another, like, Beast Warrior. Brother. Alright, what are... Is there a way to rank them by popularity? What's the average price? Access code is probably worth playing. I wonder if we play a go second list. fucking know. True. Am I wrong? Do we play a go second list? Dude, Smurf being banned is so comedy to me. It's crazy to think about. I mean, we could do like Pit Night early, which is like not terrible. I'm lying to you, it's pretty terrible. Throw an SP. Are we ever gonna summon that? Theoretically, yeah. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. Targeting protection is too scary. Don't look at the meta right now. Typhon? Yeah, true. Typhon. Right. Up. Ah! Hold on. My lips are chapped. I need to grab my chapstick. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this list. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking like a go second list is not terrible. For two reasons. One, we would be able to like use this as disruption as well as extension kind of thing. And two, it would allow us to more easily utilize things like Fuelos, Meowls, Perulia, etc. in order to push through an opponent's board, and we could use Droplet as well, which is also very solid. Problem is, Tri-Brigade's not very good at going second. It's not terrible, but it's not very good. So if I were to do this, this I think will be fine. We're gonna save this. Okay, let's actually do some test hands real quick. This hand is honestly not as terrible as I thought it would be. It's not exceptional, but it's not terrible. I forgot for Almirage. I knew I was forgetting something. Fuck you, SP. There we go. Why are there different versions? Actually, SP probably is included instead of... No, that's fine. Do you want to know why? Because we can play... Harpy's Featherstorm. So I want to keep the Doom Eagle, because it triggers Harpy's Featherstorm. Which is, for some reason, a card that we have the ability to play. Don't think about it. There we go. I think it's more common. You can ulti Slayer into boost into full combo. You're right, and I do think that is a genuine option available to us. So I don't hate that idea. We're gonna send Kit here. Kit effect is going to send the Nerval. Nerval effect here is going to grab Keros. We're gonna go Kirosh. Pitch this. Oh, we happen to draw the 2 Perulia, which is very funny. Pitchy's doesn't know. And we'll banish Doch. We're gonna banish 2. Do we go for this guy? I think we go Fetagite here. We go Fetagite. Special this guy here. Link for this guy with these two. Chain link 1, effect. Chain link 2, effect. Draw a card. That's a very good draw. Smile. Send Oath. Send Should I effect. Add fucking Kit, I guess. Because we haven't used its effect. Yep, we have Hammer now. Okay, let's see. Let's go for 2 here. Banish you and you, because we haven't properly summoned you. So banish both of those. No chain. Summon DDL. What do we have? We have 3 engrave? Perfect. Normal summon this guy. Effect of this guy. Un, do, tra. Yup. Summon Rugal. Yup. Link for... Should I? Here. No effect of Shurag. No effect there. And then we go Hammer. Hammer 1. Search Revolt. I lied to you. Actually, I should have searched Roar there as an additional negate, seeing as how we have Rugal and Shurag currently on field. You're right. That would have been a better idea there. That's on me. And then, and we have Oath Engrave. And then we pass turn. Sorry, we pass turn. And then as soon as they do a thing in main phase. Yeah, I definitely should have searched Roar there. Okay, bro drew. We go like this. We bring back this. We go like this. Yup. Yup. Then we have Oath live, so we could go like banish, negate. Okay. I honestly don't think that's terrible, except for the fact that it like dies to every hand trap under the sun. That's like the biggest issue. But like, what all is this? It's a banish, it's recursion, it's a bounce, it's a monster negate, it's a spell trap negate. That's like not terrible. Except for that it can't play through hand traps. But that's like not terrible. Right? Like that's not bad. I don't love it. It did take every card in our hand, which is like my biggest gripe here. Hello? I didn't want to click that. What the fuck, game? Okay, it's fine. Reborn this. Reborn this. They're Brum. Does this still bounce it? The answer to that question is no, it doesn't bounce. I still get the kit. That's actually... That was not what I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. You, yeah. You. Didn't mean to... It's fine. Add... Gato. Tri-Brigade has always been resource intensive? No. That's not the case. Tri-Brigade has rarely been resource intensive. At least in regards to what, like, the era that it came out in. I mean, it generally only takes like 2 cards. Because it generates a whole bunch as well. It's just that if you want to keep playing and keep making a board, you do use up more cards in your hand. But it's not like Snake Eye, where it generates everything off of 1 card, and then every other card is an extender. It's more of like... No, actually, that is pretty much what it is. Except for the fact that most of the time, the extenders just allow you to make weaker versions of the board instead of the full board. Whereas, like, with each extender, your board gets slightly better. Does that make sense? So, like, I could just make, you know, Rugal with a set Revolt and, like, 3 cards in hand. That is a feasible thing that I could do. Or I could do all the things that I did and end on 1 card in hand. So it's give and take. Anyway, beside the point. Okay. I wanted to try Brigade. We're not gonna play Revolt. I'm gonna try an OTK, not OTK, a Go Second version of the deck, with Zodiacs. What the fuck is this ban list? You know, sometimes the TCG is a bit off with their ban list. They just announced the next tryout duel. Both players start with Skull Invitation, 2 Skull Invitations on their field. Huh. That's okay. The only purpose for Tri-Brigade, or for the Zodiacs is these guys. So it honestly doesn't matter. This is just to make Zayas. And Typhon. Tenki. Oh, sorry. Zodiacs. I guess we'll do like that and a barrage. Sure. And then Ultimate Slayer. Droplet. Aggregator. Malong. This. Okay, here's what I do. I do this, I do this. I don't need you. And then I play Super Poly. Because Super Poly goes crazy in this deck. Like, Super Poly pitch Nerval and then fuse away the board and also get Nerval trigger. That's crazy. Isn't Rap here better than better for sending Ram for 2 bodies? Yeah, you're probably right. Do we just play Rapier and Thurb and Ram Ram then? Maybe. Or do we just add him? We play. I kind of want 3 normals for the Zodiacs, because the idea of the Zodiacs is like, hey, cool, nice board. Anyway, I'm gonna normal summon a Zodiac and just go Guy, double Azaius. Which is then, you know, however many material double Azaius. And then I go double Azaius twice. That's like cool board you got there. It'd be a shame if it just went away. Because, like, what deck? I guess, like, Maliss can do something to that. And Mitsurugi can do something to that. Yeah, you're right. That still kind of sucks. There's not a whole lot that I can do about that, though. Is there? We could play Lightning Storm and triple tack. And we could also play evenly, to be fair. Like, we don't need combat phase, but it would be nice to have combat phase. But we could play, like, an evenly. That's not terrible. What else? Do we play Revolt? Is there a point in playing Revolt? Kind of, not really. There's not really a point in playing Catch or something else of that nature. We could do... Oh! Fool. Duh. And... Perulia. Those are probably both 3-ofs, right? I'm gonna cut evenly. Move evenly to the side. Maybe that? I don't know. It's not terrible. I wish you could use the card for the cover of your deck box like an arena. Sure. What do I put in the side? The Cyber Satagnister? I said the Cyber Satagnister as if that clears anything up. Garura. And like Mud Dragon, right? Mud Dragon. That's probably it. Right? How good is Super Poly right now? Super Poly kind of sucks balls, huh? Maybe Super Poly is a side deck card. Is there a better going second option right now? I mean, like, we could just do hand traps. And, you know, hope that they make, like, a half board. And then we just play through the half board. I don't hate that idea. I don't love that idea, but I don't hate that idea. We could do, like, Shaddoll Fusion? For fucking what? For Grista. Yeah. Yeah, for Grista. and then we could send Kit. Yeah. And like Dragon, which is not terrible. I don't love that, but I don't hate it. I hate it. Well, I'm lying to you. That's so bad. Oh, is there a better option? Like obviously Droll, but Droll feels like really shit. Except for the fact that it doesn't, because it immediately ends like, no, it doesn't. There's so, like every deck can play into Droll right now. That's the whole point of like Ryzeal in Mitsurugi, and a whole bunch of other decks like that. Like Maliss doesn't care. I as much as I. The problem is we do have to like cut them off of something. We do have to make them make a half board. Then is it worth it playing Droll over Super Poly? I mean, like side deck Super Poly. Mayhaps. I don't love it. I don't hate it though. Because the idea is like with a board breaker against a half board, we could potentially play through whatever they have. But the problem is, like, almost any hand trap just, like, kind of kills us. Like, if they hand trap a Fractal, we're just kind of dead. Because we don't really have the ability to, like, play through that effectively. I don't love it. Or if they were to, like, impulse us or something. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't like Droll. Droll feels more like a side deck option. What are people currently ending on? Mitsurugi's the big ritual guy, and, like, Detonator. Detonator's a light, right? Detonator. Yeah. I can't really do anything with that with Super Bully. The same attributes, different types? Yeah. The new Illusion Bestial? What Bestial? Is it not a Bestial? Is it an Azamina? Oh. It's this guy, right? The hell does this guy do? To be fair, the Tri-Brigade cards aren't legal in the OCG as of yet. I really don't know. Goddess? Oh, this guy. This card battles a monster in the player. If a card is added to the opponent's hand, except during the draw phase, you can special summon this card. During your opponent's main phase, you can target a monster in the opponent's grave, special summon it to your field with banishment when it leaves the field. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know what the purpose of that card would be. I guess it just puts bodies onto the field. Like, that's not terrible. It's also not great, because it doesn't really do anything. I guess it steals, like, the Mitsu if they, like, summon it and then tribute it. You can be like, here's a guy, and then before you can, like, ritual summon, I'm gonna yoink it. Maybe, kind of. But that would require them to specifically tribute the monster, which means they're probably off to the races anyway, and it cuts off, like, Lightning Storm, which I don't love. Honestly, like, 3 Fenris is not a terrible idea. We go, like, special Fenris, normal summon a Zodiac, Zodiac 1-2, attack. But then, like, they do a thing and then just pop the Zodiac, and then because, like, Fenris, you know, attempts to activate the effect, and then they go Detonator effect, and they negate anyway, and then they, yeah. That's, like, in theory it's good. In practice, I don't think it does anything. Pink's like not terrible. Well, the Lightning Storm was in here to kind of deal with the Mitsu board, because you like deal with the back row, like you blow up the back row, and then you're okay. Wait, this is an Xyz monster. Okay, I was wondering if this was a Ryziel card, because I was wondering if Lightning Storm would deal with Ryziel Cross. Honestly, I think we play Harpies. Do we have Heavy? Okay, Heavy Storm is banned in the TCG. Then what, it's like 2 Meowls? I don't love that. I don't hate it, though. Is there a better answer? The better answer is... honestly, maybe evenly. What deck... What decks beat evenly? What decks beat evenly? Ryziel kind of is pretty good, just given the fact that, like, you could just pass on Detonator, kind of. No, like, genuinely, what? Does any deck beat evenly right now? Like, explicitly, where it's just like, oh, it just doesn't matter? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's a deck that's like... I guess, like, Fiendsmith variants, kind of, if they end on Desiree, but a lot of them are ending on Wave King. Which is, like, kind of annoying. But it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just like Desiree. I think it is just evenly. I think evenly is just crazy. I like how you're thinking that we're going to be able to test any of this today. The answer is no, we're not. I think I put... No, I think we put the second or the third evenly into the side. These cards are not realistically legal to play. We're not going to test any of this shit. Except for in hand. I do think it is evenly, right? Like, evenly against Ryziel Mitsurugi deals with the entire board, except for, like, a card, right? Which is likely to be Detonator, which we could very easily beat with pretty much any other card combo, right? Dragon Tail dodges evenly. They aren't exactly relevant in this context. Yeah. Yes. True. I guess, to be fair... I don't know. This works. It's fine. Don't think about it. Don't think about the fact that we're testing OCG, not cards that are yet to be released in the OCG for TCG play. Don't think about it. We're just gonna see what our opening hands look like. This is a hand. We're gonna just pass turn to our opponent. Is there a way to, like, go second? Probably. Like, overall, this hand is basically just evenly matched in a dream. But it does also do Zodiac, which is very strong. Because we can do, like, Zodiac without really having to interact with anything else. That's funny, we could have gone evenly matched there, but I'm not gonna. Having evenly and the Zodiac... Oh, nice, right on time. Right on time, dipshit. So, like, this hand kind of does it. But it also isn't great, right? Because, like, we kind of can't beat anything else. Wrong button. See, this is the hand we're looking for. Perulia. And then, you know, they would play. How do I change this to be they go first? Is there a way to do that? Oh, we just do this. There we go. We just see what we draw with 6 instead. Yeah, see, like, this is pretty good, right? 3 board breakers, 3 starters, / extenders. Wait. Did I goof? Frick. Well then, damn. Problem. I don't have Almirage. Is that okay? Do I need Almirage? Kind of I do. But kind of I don't. Maybe we take out Typhon and play Almirage? Maybe? Maybe we put in, like, Axis Code Talker? Maybe? Is there a good way of doing this? Honestly, we might cut Super Poly. I think I just need the extra deck slots. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Super Poly's worth it. Like, it's decently okay, but it's not great. And I think, like, Almirage and, what else? Probably some sort of Link 2, or Link 3, right? Access, oh, no, it's Access Code. That's what we do. Yeah, this one's also not terrible. It's not great though, but like Ultimate Slayer Droplet is kind of crazy. Ultimate Slayer Droplet with Tenki. Pretty good. This one's also not bad. Perulia evenly. Ultimate Slayer. The problem with Ultimate Slayer is that Mitsu exists, which makes Ultimate Slayer like really bad against Mitsu. But then you know it deals with the Ryzeal. It's like the big thing. Also, this would be 6 cards, so never mind. This hand kind of sucks. It's an okay hand. I mean, it gets Zodiac and Tri-Brigade online while also giving us 2 board breakers, which are like okay in the current metagame, but not exceptional. Am I main decking Harpies? I am. Yeah. I don't know. It's okay. Does Sprite do anything for this deck? Or more specifically, do the new cards do anything for Sprite? Like, in theory, this card kind of does stuff, but in reality, I don't think it does anything too crazy. Obviously, we can play the K9 cards. Obviously, we can play the K9. You can't make me. You can't make me. Do we play Tenki? No. Play Revolt? No, probably not. How many Hammer do we play? Do we play any? Yeah, probably. Because it could be used as like an extender. Do we play 3? Or do we have to have a search target? Which is, like, not great. Yeah, we probably do that. And then we play, like, the Nimbles. That's so much engine and not a whole lot of non-engine. And if our normal gets stopped, we are kind of fucked. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think this really does anything is the problem. Like, what does Hammer do in this deck? Like, yeah, kind of Mauser's okay. Yeah, it really doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't think this does anything. Alright. Let's go back to Master Duel. Let's go back to Master Duel. I know, cringe. Ew, Master Duel. I think I want to play Krishron. Even though Krishron gets absolutely hosed by things like Lancia and the like, I still want to play it. I still want to play it. What if my opponent just doesn't see the Lancias? Ever thought about that? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. We're gonna cut these two and this one for Lancia. Do we got anything else? Do we change anything else? I don't think we can play the Dominuses. No, I think for the most part this is fine. Smile? Yeah. Yep. Maybe I should play Tri-Brigade. True. Imagine they released Tri-Brigade Hammer and Mauser, like, months early in Master Duel. I cannot express how much I would love that. Sick. Sick hand. 10 out of 10. Except for the fact that I'm lying to you and it absolutely dies to Lancia and, like, 9 other things. Maxi. Impulse. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, that means no Lancia, which is nice. So I don't have to contend with Lancia. I could have to contend with, Ash or something. Okay, no Ash. Sick. No Ash, Bogchamp, no Ash. Love to see it. Imperm? No. Interesting. Okay. We'll go Fistfern. We'll add something that wants to be engraved. Probably, I guess, like a Smiger? No, we'll go Tristaros here. And then we'll go Sulfefnir, Hitch, Tristaros, summon the boy, pop the boy. I think the Link one is very big support for machines in general. Wait, what? Let's summon the Citri here. To be fair, any Link 1 is big support for anything. If you can make a Link 1, that's massive support, period. Add back the... I've normaled, right? Yeah. Add back, I don't know. Smiger, I guess. It's like my best option here. Tristaros, banish, pop, summon, Tristaros, Sulfador, Sulfefdor, Reborn, the Sulfefnir, Nova. Make Infinity. Then we'll go like this, Reborn like this. Pass. Whoa, chest cat. Sure. Combat phase. Okay. Not how Citri works. Yeah, sure. Bro Drew! Don't worry, you were never winning this game. No. No banish. Negate. Now I get a synchro. What a great game. Wow. Also, that was a stupid hand from my opponent. What a dummy hand. Also, why the hell did we activate Maliss in the mirror? Huh? You do know you have to banish in order for me to draw, or in order for you to draw to. I'm almost certain that was also a GWC. That they had set. Comedy. 5 Maliss starters and extenders versus 1 protected Lancia. Kinda. Yeah. This is... Ooh, wow. This is hopes and prayers, bud. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Can I beat this? No, you got it. Nope. The Maxine minigame was enough, so they added Fua. That wasn't enough, so they added Maliss. Also, I'm pretty sure that opponent was playing like 60 card Maliss, and they drew the Dormouse alongside the one of that like does everything. That's crazy. This hand's pretty good. We'll see if the Maliss player plays into it. Diametra. They're locked into Cybers now, right? No, not yet. Splash Mage. What the fuck does Splash Mage do here? Make like Firewall? Transcode. They haven't normaled, right? No, they have normaled. Okay. Cool. Here's a rock. Yeah. Man, I'm so glad that the Mathmech cards exist. They're super sick. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Why not? Wait, so you're telling me you literally had every name in your hand? Nah, that seems reasonable. Whitebinder, sure. Uh-huh. Not electing to banish a Maliss name so that we have it for later? Okay, I guess not. MTP, sure. Banish, sure. March Hare, yep. And that's time in the round. Yeah, of course we're playing this. I forgot. Yeah, of course we're playing this card. Why would we not? I think we should ban Called by Ash and Crossout. Honestly, I do agree with that statement. But also, you should ban Maxi and Fualos. And make us actually play, like, fair hand traps. Like Nibiru. Imagine winning a coin flip. Couldn't be me. Also, we've played against literally the same mate every time. Great game. Maxi will keep him in check. True. Yeah, you got it, bud. Where are my Lancias now? Like, I went first and drew the Lancia, but going second, I can't draw Lancia. I have to draw Nib into fucking bullshit-ass Mathmech? Yeah, dude. Great game. 10 out of 10, dude. I heckin' love it here, dude. What is happening? Alright, game. I see how it is. And it's the exact same mate every time. Have we played against a different mate and a different deck? It's just been Maliss, the exact same mate, the exact same deck. Like, bro. Just come on, dude. At least this hand's good. Fucking hell, dude. I'm just bored. Like, yeah, wow. Whoa, Maliss, who would've guessed? Crazy. Crazy. Whoa. Of the called by, or the cross out. Probably, right? Why do I play Crystron? Because I want to have fun. I wanted to play a fun deck. A deck that, like, is enjoyable for me to play. I'm stupid. Sorry, I was supposed to do this first. Impulse. No impulse. Sick. Add the wet goo. Want to just ban cards that make combo decks stronger, aka called by crossout, etc.? Yeah, great question. Why not? Boogie. Aren't you just dead? Or am I stupid? Are they dead? They're dead, right? I go this, I send to... It, like, kind of matters what I send, but it doesn't really. Or no, I do this, right? Are they dead? No. Does that matter? A little. Not a lot. I don't want to put it in grave, so we're gonna go for this guy. Tenpai is a good going second deck design? No. Tenpai is a bad going second deck design. Sure. Hold on, what? Maxi increases going second like 10%. But for going first, it's like 2%. Yeah, when Maxi resolves. The problem is... that would require... That's the same as, like, saying just draw the out. It's like, oh, that doesn't actually solve the issue. It's just an excuse. It doesn't actually resolve how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is played. Or resolve some of the outstanding issues with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or with the way that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is played. What if they don't draw the out? Yeah, what if they don't draw the out? Damn, imagine not having the out to Maxi, and you just have to deal with Maxi. Oh, but wait. Oh, what if you don't draw Maxi and your opponent's playing Maliss? Oh, well, you didn't draw the out. Damn, you lose. Good game. Maliss sure was kept in check there. Wow, crazy. What? Wow. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what I'm saying. It's just draw the out. It doesn't solve the issue. The issue still is there. The issue still exists in the same capacity that it previously existed. Impulse? No. Crazy. The reason Maliss... Sorry, hold on. What? The reason Maliss Snake Eye exist is because they have the out to max C. No. What? They don't have the outs to max C. What card is the outs to max C there? What are you talking about? What Maliss card outs max C? They don't have anything like that. Huh? I will agree that going first is too strong, but I think the problem is not that going first is too strong, but going second is too weak. Impulse? No. Maybe? Imperm? Maybe? It's motherfucking Blue Eyes. Comedy. I'm actually gonna steal Lancia here. Does Lancia do anything? It looks cool. But not much against Blue Eyes. Because Drill Beam is a fair and balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'll go Tristaros here. Special... Special? Yeah. Make one. Send. Smiger. Tier is mid-range? No. What? Who said tier is mid-range? Who the fuck said tier is mid-range? What the fuck are you talking about? Tier is mid-range? In what capacity does the combo deck that mills half of its deck on turn 1 be considered mid-range? Hey, yo? Tier is a mid-range. They can end on Azathoth, turn opponent pass. 2 level 4s is Azathoth. What the fuck are you talking about? Where? When? In what capacity? Azathoth's banned. And yeah, they can, but so could insert any deck that puts 2 4s onto the field. That's not anything special. Ryziel does that. Onomats do that. Huh? Tier can be mid-range. Yeah. Tier can play a mid-range style. But that's an option to Tier, and it's one of the things that makes Tier, in particular, extremely overpowered. Huh? I've, like, half paid attention to this conversation, and now I'm very confused. What did I miss? Like, if you play Runic, you will not lose to VFD? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you're not gonna lose to it because it's banned. Huh? My brother in Christmas. What are you talking about? Impulse? Imperm. Sure. Floodgate kept every combo in existence in check. Did you fucking see that format? What the hell are you on? No, it didn't. It failed miserably. Huh? Kept in check. Yep. Sure. Yeah, for sure. Of course. Maxi doesn't keep combo decks in check. Triple deck? Dormouse? Sure. Bestial? Sure. No, yeah, dude, Maxi sure is gonna keep the combo deck in check. Mystic Mine beat Tearlament, and it's a Floodgate. It keeps combo deck in check. Yeah, what the fuck does that have to do with Maxi? I thought we were talking about Maxi. Yeah, Floodgates can beat any deck because Floodgates are unfair in Yu-Gi-Oh! And have been since the beginning of time. That doesn't mean they're better. How far are we from the goalpost? I don't know. I thought we were talking about we should ban the cards that beat Maxi so that Maxi can keep the combo decks in check and talk about Mystic Mine. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Have we played anything that's not tier? Or not Malice? I don't think we have, right? We've just played against Malice. Oh, shit. Floodgate beats something like Tearlament. Yeah, Floodgates can beat anything. Because they're Floodgates. They're inherently unfair. But Floodgate doesn't beat Eldritch Stun or Runic Stun. It's because they're playing the Floodgates. Maxi works the same way. No, it doesn't. Not even close. Maxi says, hey, you, stop playing the game. But just for this turn, I'm going to turn skip you. Right? Floodgates work in the way that they continue to exist, and then continue to prevent the opponent from doing things. Which means if one is established, and the opponent doesn't immediately have the out, oftentimes the advantage gained from the player playing the Floodgate steamrolls them. Maxi just says, hey, wait a turn. And if your deck is capable of playing through whatever was capable of playing through that, or, you know, waiting a turn and, like, hand-trapping the opponent, yeah, they do just, like, the same shit. If you play combo deck, you will lose. No. That's not what Maxi says. That's not what Maxi does. I mean, yeah, sure, bud. Whatever floats your boat, bud. I don't think there's a world in which we can tell you that you're wrong more than this. Maxi doesn't work against Runic Stun or Eldritch Stun. Have you read the fucking Eldritch cards? What the hell are you talking about? You draw like 9 cards off of Eldritch. If Eldritch does anything, you draw cards. It absolutely does. Huh? Great, now you just draw into your combo pieces. 10 out of 10, no notes. They only summon like 1. What are you talking about? No. They summon a lot. That's the whole... They're trap monsters. They interact by summoning themselves. Runic also draw 1 for Maxi? Yeah, theoretically Runic does. But what, hold on. What does this have to do with fucking anything? Huh? Well, at least I know they have Blue Eyes in hand. It's not surprising, but at least I know that they do. Yep. Bro just wants stun mirrors. That sounds awesome, dude. I fucking love stun mirrors. Yeah, dude, you got it. Control stun is much more fair than combo because it is more fragile. So, but if combo loses to 1 card in particular, wouldn't that make it more fragile? Like if combo loses to Maxi, wouldn't that make it more fragile than control stun? If Maxi is to keep it in check, wouldn't you want it to be fragile? So that it dies to that? Or am I wrong? Impulse? Probably, right? Combo lose to Maxine. Like a competitive player will bring that deck into a tournament because you will not gamble your luck. What? Isn't that the same thing that Control does? Control loses to that same shit, too. They lose to Harpy's Feather Duster and Lightning Storm and stuff like that. That's gambling your luck, is it not? Everybody's gambling their luck in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a card game. It's all, like, what you draw and what your opponent draws. Runic has protection. From what? From evenly matched? Yeah, they sure do. From the opponent going first and activating Solemn Judgment on Runic Fountain? Yeah, they sure do. From the opponent Ash Blossoming them like 4 times? 3 times. For sure, yeah. Eldritch has a counter trap. That protects them. Crazy. Thunderous, sure. Gee, I wonder what my opponent's playing. Mm-hmm. To replace Heartbeat and Pearl Rhino to counter most floodgates? True. Combo deck is still playable, but not competitive. Why would they not be competitive? What makes Ryzeal all of a sudden not competitive if it has to contend with Maxx C? If it doesn't have Ash called by Crossout? It can still play the myriad of hand traps that it already could play. So it could just, you know, pass on Detonator, and then still do the full combo. That type of deck is better? What type of deck? What are you talking about? You can break, Detonator, pass. Yeah. You could also break it with hand traps. What are you talking? Okay, whatever. But here's the thing, what if you don't draw Maxx C? Because here's the thing, Maxx C is not guaranteed in your hand. Even at 3, it's not guaranteed in your hand. Even if the opponent doesn't have the out, it's not guaranteed in your hand. Meaning, if the opponent just doesn't draw Maxx C, cool, anyway, I get to do full combo. Great, I'll do my full Mitsurugi combo. Yeah, Chain Orange. Chain Orange Light. Chain Gamma. Whoa. Resil's always better than Maliss? That's true. The board state I want is 1 to 2 disruption in 1 to 2 summons. Okay, here's what I will say. Go play Magic. Go play Magic the Gathering. Don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's not for you. Go play Magic. Or go play Pokemon. Or go play Legends of Runeterra. Those are good games. I like those games. Those are fun card games. And that's exactly what they do in those games. Go play Edison format. Edison format's fantastic. Go play Edison format. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not what you enjoy, so don't play it. I like the complexity that hand traps add. I like having a million different options available to me through hand traps and through other various points of interaction. I like having to, like, break my opponent's puzzle board. I find that enjoyable. Is Ryazeel an easier to play than Maliss? It's easier to play. I wouldn't necessarily say it's easier to play against. Play the under 5 event? Well, no, don't do that. That's also terrible. Code of Soul War Crimes? Yeah, we're playing against Maliss. I'm not really too surprised. They're also playing Template Skipper. And Exceed. Oh, I'm stupid and forgot to link off this guy. Could I have done anything about that? Maybe. What if your opponent makes a full board and then play Maxi at the start of your draw phase? That's your bad luck? Yeah, what? That's what we've all been saying! Alright, whatever. I don't know what bro's talking about now. Yeah, dude, pop off, King. Just... you do you, boo. kind of goofed. Because I shouldn't have searched the Sulfador. That was stupid. Like a Bestial? Maliss is strong because Maliss has answers to Maxi. Okay, so what happens if you don't drop Maxi on Maliss? They do the same thing. They do the same thing. You don't drop Maxi or Lancia. Yeah, basically just those two. Maliss will have like a negative win rate. No, it won't. Right now, if you were to remove Ash, Called By, Cross Out, they would do the exact same thing that they are currently doing. Because everyone else would also have that same issue. Because now everyone doesn't have an answer to Maxi. Lab doesn't lose to Maxi. That's cute. I like your optimism. Keep telling yourself that. You're right. You're right, it doesn't. Serperos. Sure. What? You bring some deck that is good against Maxi instead of Maliss. No, I'd still play Maliss. And just hope that I don't see Maxi. Or specifically play ways to play around Maxi. Like, I don't know, play more traps or something like that. I'd still play the best deck in the game because it's the best deck in the game. But then more games would just be decided by the coin flip. By whoever happened to see Maxi. It doesn't solve the issue. Look at Unchained. That's the example. Unchained? The deck that, like, dies to the Roach? That, like, wholly and unequivocally dies to Maxi's existence? Yeah, the, like, mid-range deck, according to your standards, that was the best deck in the TCG, but only okay in Master Duel due to the fact that Maxi exists. Yeah, we should keep Maxi around. It definitely kills... It definitely keeps combo decks in check. Yeah, for sure. Ignore the fact that Snake Eye and Maliss and the myriad of other combo decks that have existed still have the ability to play. Because they can specifically play under Maxi. Because they don't require a ton of engine. So they can just play hand traps and just pass the turn. What? I'm so thoroughly lost as to this line of logic. Oh wait, I figured it out. It's not logic. That's why. That's why I'm so lost. Because there is no logic behind it. It's just hope. It's just hope that something changes. You don't like the way that modern Yu-Gi-Oh works. So you're like, if we do this, it solves the issue. I hate to break it to you. It doesn't. No one change solves the issue. Unless you were to literally ban, I don't know, like 1,000 cards? Nothing is going to just make Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what, more fun? The way that you're expressing, you need like a specific ban list. You need a specific set of rules. You need something to fundamentally change, not just with like a few card bans, but a full gameplay update that just makes it not Yu-Gi-Oh! Or makes it old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you know, Edison. Or something like that. There should be some tournament with Maxi counter banned and look at deck list they play. So, why? Why would we ban 3 cards when we could ban 1? Why not just ban Maxi? Oh, right, because combo decks, right. So, yeah, I mean, we could do that, but does that also include Droll? Do we have to also ban Droll? Because if so, then like, yeah, I'm just gonna play like Mitsurugi. It's like, oh, Maxi, cool. Anyway, Mitsurugi. Or do we include Vanquish Soul? What is it? Vanquish Soul K9? Like, cause yeah, I just play that. Look at the TCG versus OCG meta, and look what most of it is very similar. That's a great example, yeah. TCG has Maxi banned, OCG doesn't, and they're still playing the same things. So there's that. Yeah, you're right. They do have counters to the Maxi, but they don't have counters to Maxi and Fualos and Perulia and all of that stuff. The thing is, like, you're trying to think about it as like, oh, if we do this, surely the opponent will always draw Maxi against the combo deck. It's like, no, that's not the case. That's not how that works. Sometimes you draw Harpy's Feather Duster against a deck that's set no cards. Sometimes you draw Maxi against Floodgate Turbo. Sometimes you draw Lancia against Blue Eyes. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you draw the card that doesn't do anything against the opponent's deck. However, if I'm playing the card, it's probably because it's very good. If the Maxi counters were banned, you'd still have to play Maxi, and everyone would still just play the combo decks. And they would probably just play more copies of hand traps to prevent you from playing the game, because Maxi is more likely to resolve. So it'd just be more turn skip. You'd still try to do your combo, because if the opponent doesn't have Maxi, great, I still get to do my entire combo. But if they do, cool, I'll do half a combo. And then just sit on hand traps, because I know the Maxi is going to resolve. So I'll just activate it on my turn. And then draw into hand traps. Like we're currently doing. You could still use Maxi on first turn and they don't make a big board. Define big board. Because yeah, they may not put a lot of cards onto the field, but they're going to generate like 7 cards. I mean, huh? If Maxi keeps combo decks in check, then why is Yummy still topping in the OCG? It's because of the counters. It's because of the counters. to Max C. I... The problem is no one has actually wanted to do a tournament where Max C was the one that wasn't banned. And we banned the stuff around Max C. Because then the game would just be more luck, wouldn't it? Would it? Yeah, probably. Do you think a Floodgate deck is gonna win? Maybe? Over, like, Maliss? Maybe? But no, probably not, right? Like, Maliss just goes, like, normal summon Dormouse, or, White Rabbit, and, like, set a trap. And then you, like, still do the same thing. And then just pass on, like, a bunch of hand traps? Right? Yeah, probably. Maybe no one wants that kind of ban list because people also have something called common sense. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If I had a more active community when it came to, like, hosting tournaments, I would absolutely do this. But hosting tournaments sucks, so I can't really do that. Honestly, go talk to a bigger streamer. Be like, hey, do this thing. They also won't listen to you, never mind. Because I would run that. I would run that tournament because I like to be like, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I think you're wrong. But until I know, yeah, why not? But that being said, I know if I do run a tournament with this, it wouldn't work because I wouldn't get enough people. You need, like, an actual big event, like, at least 100 people, to even have a chance of getting any usable data from that. And even that I wouldn't necessarily say is, like, great. The most I could do is, like, do some personal testing. But that's not really going to do anything. These cards are not going anywhere and make the best of it? Yeah. Yep. As much as I despise Ash Blossom, it ain't going anywhere. Same thing with the Roach. Same thing with the myriad of other cards. But I will say, I do not think that the Roach keeps combo decks in check. Because if it did, the OCG would look very different. And it doesn't. It's the same decks. Snake Eye was meta, Yubel was meta, Maliss is meta. Maliss was like the top deck for a while. Over Ryzeal. We did have stun formats. It's called Magic. True. You don't like Max C, but if the only way to keep combo decks in check is Max C, like WCS Master Duel last year, we should ban... I'm sorry, hold on. WCS Master Duel last year. What are you talking about? What are you... What? Hold on. You mean this last year? You mean the year with Fire King Snake Eye full combo in the WCS? Isn't... what? The WCS Master Duel statistics. The World Championship? Where was it? It's like Dex, right? Yeah, this one? This one that won 51% of its games and won 62 when it won the coin flip? Or this one that won 57% of its games and had a 70% win rate when it won the coin flip? Look at the first win rate of Maxi. What? Where? Oh, total activation 182, resolution rate 75%. For turn 1 players, 76%. For turn 2, 75%. Win rates with Maxi. When Maxi resolves, turn 1 player wins 62% of the time. When not activated or negated, 59% of the time. When Maxi resolves, they win 47% of the time. And when it's not activated or negated, it's 37. The fuck does this do? Show me that going first is insane. Wow, crazy. Who would have guessed? Overall win rate is 40. Where are you getting that number? The win rate when it resolves going first is 62 and 47. So Maxi helped going second a lot. Yeah, it also helps going first. But the problem is not this. This is not the problem. The problem is this. When Maxi was not in the game, there was a 60% going first win rate. When Maxi did not exist in the game, when it wasn't used, the going first player won 60% of the time. This is the problem. Maxi's not going to help that. Because they still lose if they don't see it. Yes, it jumps by 10% if they see it. Great, fantastic. Do you know what also would help? Nibiru, Troll, Lancia, other such silver bullets to specific decks. Right? Fubalos, etc. The problem is that going first is too advantageous. It's too powerful. Maxi doesn't solve that issue. The numbers don't lie. It doesn't solve the issue. You still have to see the card. What is the math on... hold on. Hold on, what? Okay, so I have done the math. Here is the calculation. If we're playing a 40 card deck, and we have 3 Maxi, and we draw 5 cards, if we see a Maxi there is a 30-ish% chance to see one of them. A 30% chance. Okay? So in 70% of the games, no Maxi exists. We don't see it at all. And our opponent gets to play combo. That's just pure 70% of the games. Just from starting hands. So we could potentially draw additional cards if we end up going first. Right? Right? But if my opponent goes first, 70% of those games are going to be disadvantageous for me, regardless of whether or not I see the Maxi. Well, no, sorry. Because I don't see Maxi. 30% of combo decks going first is unplayable. 30% of combo deck going first is unplayable. Okay, no. What are you talking about? That's not 30, that's 70. That is a 70% chance that you just win. Because the opponent didn't draw Maxi. What? You are twice as likely to not have to deal with the Roach than to have to deal with it. Of course I'm still going to play fucking combo. I will have insulation for in case I do end up getting Maxi'd, which will likely be either my own Maxi or something else of that nature, like additional hand traps, or I'll just have a combo line for specifically the Roach. That's what Super Heavy Samurai did. They're just like, cool, I'll make Baguska, go. I have 9 hand traps, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's also that same percentage chance that the opponent has Maxi in their hand. Which means now if I'm playing a control deck, and they're playing a combo deck, and I don't see Maxi, I'm fucked. And if I go first and they're playing a combo deck, and they get 2 additional draws off of Maxi, I'm still fucked. Because now I have to deal with a combo deck, and I have to interact with everything so that they don't get to play the game. This is the issue. 60% win rate when going first, regardless of the Roach. 60% win rate. With a 40-ish% win rate for going second. But look at Master Duel, the way you kill opponents with Maxi is increasing. What are you talking? What? The way you kill opponents with Maxi is increasing. What? Yeah, I guess. So no matter what, going first with Maxi, you can kill them. Yeah, that's the issue. If I go first and I have Maxi, I just win the game. Still. Because now my opponent doesn't have an out to Maxi. So if they do anything, great, I get 2 extra draws. Fantastic. Now I get to do my combo. Is Maliss weak to Roach? Kind of. They have plays around it, but they're not exactly, like, dead to Roach, because they could just play hand traps. They just hand trap you. That's what makes Maliss powerful anyway. Master Duel is dominated by a deck that loses to... Well, I wouldn't say they lose to Fua. That loses to Fua, Roach, and Lancia. They simply do not care. Exactly. Right now, the best deck looks like this. It looks like 20 starters-ish, 20 hand traps. If you activate Maxi on their start, and you know, you get a draw, cool. You don't have to contend with Imperm, Nib, Ash, Impulse, or something else of that nature. Some combination of those interactions. So great, cool. Your Maxi resolved, you get a draw. Awesome. You have to now kill them, because if you don't, they're going to kill you on the crackback. So if you're playing a control deck, you better damn well not play into any hand traps, because if you do, Maliss is going to kick your teeth in on the following turn. Right? They can afford to pass a turn, because if they do, and if you don't kill them, they get to kill you. Master Duel will have Tenpai Dragon 2. Maxi will not help you survive 30k damage. Yeah, but Tenpai specifically says you don't get to interact. Maxi absolutely does help you if you get to interact with them. It does. You could activate Ghost Ogre. You could activate Valor. You could activate Imperm. You could activate a myriad of other things. Yeah, you absolutely can. Maxi absolutely can help you with that. You could activate a Bestial to keep yourself alive. You could activate a, what's a good example? A Ghost Bell. Or a Ghost Mourner. There's an entire deck building philosophy about winning the hand trap war in the OCG due to the quality of non-engine and strength of the engine. That's like all that 2024 was. That's like all that Snake Eye was winning the hand trap war. Because if one card resolved, you just die. Why is everyone saying rip Apollosa? I have no idea. Maxi going first is less powerful, because the OTK method is super consistent and have minimal draw. Yeah? So there's a deck that plays around that but still kills you? Yeah? And? Tenpai is a crime against humanity. That barely counts. Tenpai literally just doesn't interact with you. They have a field spell that says you can't interact. They have a synchro summon monster that says you can't interact. Yeah, no shit. Of course I die. I literally can't do anything. Even if I draw cards off of Roach, I don't have the opportunity to interact. That's a Tenpai exclusive thing. That's like saying, oh, but Tearlament is good into Maxi, therefore Tearlament's not a combo deck. And it's like, no, Tearlament is a combo deck that is good into Maxi because it has the opportunity to not play into Maxi while still doing its combo. Whoa, crazy. I know. They'll replace the Maxi counters with something? Yeah, what if you just get nibbed? You just get nibbed. Or you get, evenly matched, or Harpy's Feather Duster more often. It's like, yeah, if a control deck is technically more prominent, what are they going to play? They're going to play outs to those decks. It's not like Ash, Called By, and Crossout just leaving means that there's just 6 empty slots in the deck. It's like, no, those are going to be filled with answers to the decks that people would be playing. Like Harpy's Feather Duster, like Lightning Storm, etc. Cool, you went first. Awesome. Here's a big blowout card that wins the game anyway. Maybe it's not, Max C. Maybe it's Harpy's Feather Duster. Maybe it's Lava Golem. Maybe it's a Kaiju. Maybe it's... What's the card that I'm thinking of? Ultimate Slayer. And do I think that building deck is better? What? What do you mean? Having 6 board breakers and 12 hand traps instead of 18 hand traps? I don't think it matters. I think that's the same as saying 18 hand traps. Doesn't matter if it's 18 hand traps or 18 board breakers. It's all non-engine. So it feels the same to me. In full power snakes, I rolled myself and kept going. Exactly. Yeah, you could just, like, activate talents if the opponent activates Max E. Or you could activate Droll. Or you could activate nothing and just pass the turn and play more like Bestials and other such hand traps. The decks adapt. If Max E exists, you're still having to play around it. You just wait a turn, and then you do the combo. It's the same thing. You're just waiting a turn. %, 60% win rate. Okay, here's a good example. Voiceless Voice. A deck that's good into Max C. 33% win rate. But now we have Fool Loss and Max C. Both of them count as turn skip. You should calculate the chance of drawing one of them. The chance of drawing either of them would be around 60. Because it'd be 30 for each. That's not how math works. I don't know what it would be. And I don't really care. But even if you do activate Fool Loss, that's still significantly easier to play around. Because, cool, I'll just not summon from the extra deck. Especially in comparison to Roach. Fool Loss exists, therefore Maxi no longer needed. Yeah. We have multiple Maxis, and combo decks are still the best deck. Maliss is still the best deck, even with multiple Maxis. I don't think having answers to the Maxis matter. Snake Eye probably have negative win rate. Okay, here's the problem with that line of thinking. You're thinking Snake Eye isn't going to do the exact same to you. So great. Your opponent turn skips you. Awesome. Fantastic. Now, it's the opponent's turn, and you just turn skip them. You're playing Snake Eye, you just turn skip them. You just activate Maxi. Awesome, great. Now they can't do anything. Cool, now it's back to me. Now I gotta play the game. Cool, now I gotta do the thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it is! That's how math works! I have just as good a chance of drawing Maxi as my opponent. And my opponent has just as good a chance of drawing Maxi as me. So if they draw it, I have the same chance of them. What if I draw it? Now we just skip 2 turns. Great, now we play the game anyway. Cool, I normal summon Poplar. Anyway. I do the full combo. Oops, anyway. The OTK method is very consistent. I can OTK you no matter what your Maxi. The fuck are you talking about? How are you OTKing me? I have things like Nibiru, Ash Blossom. Well, I guess not Ash Blossom. I have Imperm, Veilers, Ghost Ogre, Mourner, Ghost Spell, DD Crow, Bestials. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not OTKing me. There's no shot you're OTKing me. You don't have an answer to Nibiru. Nibiru's just gonna get dropped on your head. And then if you deal with that, cool, here's like 4 Bestials. Okay, good. OTK me. I drew 30 cards. It took you your entire deck to try and be able to beat my board, but you can't because Nibiru exists. Bestials exist. Persistent FTK combos. FTK strategies that were successfully executed 4 times. What, the game length changed? Turn 2 wins increased by 45 to 45%, more than double compared to the previous year, indicating more effective OTK strategies. Awesome. Yeah, great. You can OTK more effectively. So can I. Yeah, great. So can I. So you better have the damn answer. That's the same thing. If Maxi just fucking resolves, you better have the answer to Nibiru and Bestials and Phantasme and Ghost Bell and Ghost Mourner and Ghost Ogre and all of the other hand traps. Because if you don't, then I'm gonna kill you. Then I get to OTK you just as effectively. Crazy. Yeah. Wow. Also, this is the same year with fucking Fire King Snake Eye and Yubel as the 2 top decks. Of course, turn 2 was heavy on OTKs. Because Snake Eye Fire King has one of the most consistent, reliable OTK strategies. And so does Yubel. That are very specific to those 2 decks. The other problem is that last year was fucking Tier Limit Worlds, where 90% of the games, that's not true, where a lot of the games were tier limits, which don't automatically die to fucking anything. This indicates nothing, except for that tier limit is busted as hell. Also, it's still just 45%. That's not an even 50-50. That's still 45%. How good is mana in the current format? Terrible. $70% of the OTK was from Happiness, a combo deck after board breakers. 45% is good. Yeah, I guess. Wait, then if this is good, why do we want to remove the cards that deal with Max C? What are you talking about? Isn't this what we want? Why would we want to change this then? You want to make a whole new way to play the game. You want to fundamentally change the way that current Yu-Gi-Oh works. But according to this logic that you are applying, it's good. Because the overall win rate is 40? Wait, then why the fuck bring this up? This has fucking nothing to do with anything. With Max C going second, the win rate is like chess. No, it's not! According to this, that is not how that works. According to this, having the answer to the Roach in the meta leads to this. That's not how numbers work. Menadium is decent if you pair it with White Forest. Define decent. Keeps in check my ass. The OTK decks are from combo with Zelantis and Happy anyway. It won't change the position of Floodgates and Midrange because those decks are bad at OTKing. Exactly. Yeah, the combo decks are good at OTKing. The combo decks that you want to keep in check are the ones that are going to be able to take advantage of turn skipping the opponent. Isn't Centurion mid-range? Yeah, I guess. Like pure Centurion, yeah. Centurion can be a combo deck, though. I've seen a lot of people play it like a combo deck. The problem is that these two decks in particular are extremely good at OTKs. They're extremely good at doing a long, convoluted combo that kills you. So yeah, they can afford to turn skip and then kill you on turn 2. What is Labyrinth gonna do that? What the fuck is Labyrinth gonna do on turn 2? I don't know, attack for like 3k? That's not bad, but like that takes 3 other turns. I don't know, like Runic gonna OTK? Runic's gonna take like 10 turns. Runic did shit at this event. What about Vanquish Soul? I guess Vanquish Soul could kind of, maybe, but probably not. Labyrinth plays like 10 Floodgates. You will not play through Floodgates. Yeah, so just draw the Floodgates. Just draw the out. Yeah, just draw the out. It's that simple. Trap Life has not been relevant in over a year. Maybe it'd be relevant if Ash was banned. True. Surely it's that. Ash is the problem, and not Harpy's Feather Duster, and Lightning Storm, and Red Reboot, and Heavy Storm, and the insane combo decks that mean that if you go first, you just die, and just draw Maxi against them. I don't know what to... You guys are just doing it wrong. You guys just need to draw and resolve Maxi, and then Labyrinth is crazy. And then you just win, and you just stun your opponent by drawing the Floodgate. Just draw the Floodgate. Just draw the Maxi going second, and just draw the Floodgate going first. It's that simple. It's that simple. Why didn't I think of that? Of course. Just ignore Stun's win rate. Just ignore that Stun did really good at this event. Yeah. True. What a great option. Lab plus Maxi can't out a single Noir. Yep. Yeah, whatever. I forgot his second deck was Vanquish Soul. Comedy. So we know why you hate Maxi? Yeah, of course I fucking hate Maxi. Do you like Maxi? You've said time and time again you don't like Maxi. Are you saying that you do like Maxi? That you want Maxi to exist? And that you'd rather have Maxi in the game? Because if so, great. I'm glad you appreciate that, but like I thought you wanted fun formats. Maxi doesn't exactly incentivize fun format. It incentivizes turn skips. Whether it resolves or not, someone's not playing the game. I don't find that fun. I'd rather play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! My favorite matchups were those where me and my opponent had the ability to play. That's why I enjoy Unchained as much as I do. Because Unchained plays the game. Crazy. Just activate your dueling skill in the Master Duel tournament? Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. When I dodge Imperm with Kieran or called by that shifter. True. I hadn't thought about that. It's just a skill issue. What is removing Ash, called by, and crossout do? It keeps combo decks in check. Right. But why does it keep them in check? Because then Maxi is good. right. But if Maxi is good, and I play a combo deck, and then I Maxi the other player, and I get additional cards, and force them to play half a game, don't I just win more? Yes. But you also die to the Roach. Yeah, but then my opponent would have to see the Roach. No, true. I hadn't thought about that. And what if I play a one-card combo deck that allows me to put up a whole bunch of points of interaction? Which means, if they don't have the hand trap, they just lose. Oh, yeah, true. It's like entering a Magic format and saying, hey, I like Nadu. True. To be fair, I do like Nadu. I think Nadu's sick. I hate the way it combos, but I do think it's fun. It's very funny. The problem is that there's no reason to keep Maxi around when all it does is skip turns. That's all it's doing. And, like, it's not really going to incentivize more people to play control decks. Unless Konami print control decks that are actually good. But they haven't. When was the last good control deck? Lab? There's no necessary evil, just two problems. Do y'all think I enjoy Droll and the draw hand traps, or a dude with 8 negates to check all permutations of hands my deck can produce? Yeah, I mean, it's great. Eldritch Numeron S0. Ah, yes, the banned cards. Yes, let's play more banned cards, because those are surely fun to play against. Yeah, I love when my opponent activates Mystic Mind and then both of us stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's my favorite. 10 out of 10. Yeah. If you don't have the out to S0, or you don't play set 5 deck, you lose the game. How is that any different than a combo deck? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the same thing that a combo deck does. Or just draw the out. My brother in Christ, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, just draw the out. Yeah, I'll just draw the out. Alright. I had fun with this discussion. I'm done with you. Goodbye. Well, that was a fun exercise in futility. I don't think there was a world in which I could have ever explained to this person how wrong that mentality is. Because the thing is, it's not about... I think to them it was just like, they just wanted to be contrarian and be like, I don't think Maxi is the problem. It's like, awesome. But very clearly it is. All of the stats indicate... The stats that they were trying to say is like indicative of Maxi being good for going second was, quite frankly, the opposite. Because, simply put, if you look at the resolution rate, Maxi resolving means that going first is significantly better. It's still not enough to make it... I mean, it kind of is. But again, looking at, like, decks and stuff like that, it doesn't keep combo decks in check. Wow, crazy. We literally have seen this. They added more Maxis. That means it resolves more often. And it's still the best decks in the game are still combo decks. Like Yummy and K9. The numbers don't lie. It doesn't matter when the game is played as combo decks, with combo decks. Yeah, it may be a different flavor of combo deck. Maybe instead we're playing Tearlament and Branded. It's still combo. We're still playing combo. Bro's either a troll or his mindset is as hard as a rock. Well, clearly they have an idea set in their brain and are not willing to change it. And if they are a troll, I don't really care. It was funny. But I do genuinely believe a lot of people think like this. Let's explain why keeping Maxi around doesn't change anything. By simply going to Road of the King. If we head to Road of the King, and we look at the current top decks, combo deck, 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 all but maybe, and I do say this as a maybe Sky Striker are combo decks. The best deck in the game, the second best deck in the game, the third best deck in the game are all combo decks. This game has multiple copies of Maxi. There's Maxi, there's Fuelos, there's Perulia. You simply will not be able to negate all of the cards. They will resolve. That doesn't matter. Because you still get to just turn skip your opponent sometimes. And if you turn skip your opponent and then immediately kill them, it still works. It's the same thing with like activating Dimensional Barrier or anything else of that nature. A control deck is not going to be able to allow you to do that. It's not going to just allow you to kill your opponent. So you better damn well have one of those continuous floodgates to prevent both players from playing the game and then slowly but surely winning it. Because those are your two options. This doesn't make it so that mid-range is more playable. This doesn't make it so that you only summon 1 to 2 times and have 1 to 2 points of interaction. That doesn't... You still play combo. You just do it a turn later. That's it. That's it. Like, nothing really changes. Good night, Digi. Thanks for stopping by. His theoretical format was honestly less enjoyable than vanilla RPS. I cannot comprehend how or why people come into Yu-Gi-Oh! And go, I want less agency, when our card game is famous for being cardboard COD. Here's the thing. People come into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! They saw the anime and they liked the anime. And they're like, I want to play the anime. And it's like, awesome. You can do that. Just don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! But no one wants to go and play Magic. No one wants to go and play Pokemon. No one wants to go and play these games that are designed around the fact that you can interact 1 to 2 times. They're like, no, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, here's how you fix Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, no, you don't fix Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's great the way that it is. You don't change it fundamentally to make it something else entirely. You don't punish someone for playing a deck that is the way that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. Do I think it would be cool if Maxi was banned? Yeah. Do I think it would be cool if we got more mid-range and control decks? Yeah. But the problem is that that is not something that is solved by allowing Maxi to run rampant. All that does is make it go, cool, skip your turn, and then you skip my turn, and then you get to go again, and you kill me. Exhilarating. 10 out of 10. No nuts. That's all that does. It's the same thing that we currently have. You just now have less options available to you. You have less ways of dealing with it. Anyway, To all the people thinking this means Maxi somehow necessary to the format or helps the turn 2 player enough, Maxi was drawn 34% of the time, which is in line with the standard 3 of odds. This means that the turn 2 player is only going to get the chance to have the boost from Maxi a third of the time, which does almost nothing to invalidate the statistical disadvantage of just getting to go first over the course of the tournament. Assuming half of all Maxi resolutions were the turn 2 player, That's only 70 games of 270 where Max C evened the odds to a 47% to win. Not even to be favored to win. It means 200 games out of 270 had to be played at 37% win rate. Disadvantage. It keeps combo decks in check. Trust. The point is that, yes, you still have to see Max C. And yes, if you see Max C, if you see the Roach, if you see La Cucaracha, yes, you can stop the combo deck from immediately killing you. But that could just delay the inevitable. If I am playing Labyrinth and my opponent is playing Maliss, and I go Max C, and they go, awesome, here's a draw, I'm gonna, set an extra card. What have you. And then for my turn, I set 5 and pass. On their turn, if I don't have a response to every extender, I die. If I don't have a way to deal with the entirety of their board, probably multiple times, to be fair, I die. Which means I can't just have, I don't know, what's a good example? I can't just have, compulse. I have to have still those big board wipes. And if I don't, or if I end up drawing, 2 normal summons, or, 2 welcomes, or something else of that nature, or if they draw Harpy's Feather Duster, or March Hare in order to combo on my turn, I'm fucked. I die. I can't do anything. They get way too much advantage, and now I just lose to the advantage. Had to bite when he brought up Unlim and incorrectly claimed Tyr was dead in that form? What the fuck? Wait, is that what he said? Is that what he mentioned with Tyr? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, in unlimited format, Tyr is banned. Tyr is by far and away the best deck. And the only reason people aren't playing Tyr is because they can't anymore. That's the only reason. If anything. I don't know if we have unlimited. Yeah, I don't think we have anything for that. I wouldn't know where to find the statistics, but I know the OCG did a tier tournament, or not a tier, an unlimited tournament, and it was a 30% tier, if not more, and there was a bunch of FTK strats. I haven't seen it in a while. I think K9 VS might be playable because of the ability to play on the opponent's turn and negate hand traps and stuff like that, but even then, they still just lose to Tyr. Tyr's crazy. Tyr has the same capability of K9 VS to just play on the opponent's turn. So cool, nice Max C. Anyway, I'll just play on your turn. Smile. You better have multiple. Yeah, anyway, I just... Crazy to think about. There's cards like Azathoth were brought up. He also proceeded to describe turn 1 Azathoth and not even rank up Magic Force summoned Azathoth. Oh yeah, Azathoth. The card that turns off all of your interactions. Meaning Maxi is fucking useless. 10 out of 10. Genius. Yeah, just sick. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Cool. 10 out of 10. Isn't Maxi played in every deck in Unlimited? Alongside with answers to that? Don't people play Called By? And Herald of Orange Light and stuff like that in tier. Hold on. Yeah, the only one that I know of, the only like no ban list tournament that's at least been officially run was this one. But I don't know if anyone has run like a no ban list since then. I don't know where I would find this. Plant FTK is arguably the greatest to ever do it, besides turn 0 decks and floodgate decks. You're probably right. Look at how many FTK decks there are. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess it's not that many. There's a bunch of floodgate and all sorts of... And tier, the combo deck is still number 1, supreme. So like, huh? Here's what a deck list looked like. It's just, you know, full combo tier with Norden and like Shockmaster. So I don't know. I'm so confused. Anyway, I should call it quits because that like genuinely shocked my brain. It was fun though. It's funny to discuss. I don't know. I'm sure most people agree that's like, why would you ban everything that stops Maxi instead of just banning Maxi? But alas, I'm gonna call it quits there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like, it's very much appreciated. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye bye.